Hello, hello. I'm Ashley Billingsley, and this is going to be episode 4 of Histories and Mysteries. But per usual, I got to give you guys a little something. So here is Centuries by Fall Out Boy. Hello, once again. My name is Ashley Billingsley, and in the next about an hour, I'm going to be taking you back in time, per usual. And we have a couple mysteries today. One less. We're not doing Criminal Chronicles today, guys, sadly. I know, everyone's favorite. Actually getting some people saying that they're not a huge fan of that one. But, we're just going to save that for next week, okay? We're just going to switch it up a little bit. It's fine. It's okay. We'll continue on next week with Criminal Chronicles. And if you guys have any suggestions for that, let me know. I'm kind of running out on serial killers, so yeah. But today, we're starting off with ancient civilizations, as usual. And today we're going to be talking about, like, the Norse civilization, but specifically, like, the Vikings and that era. And I have Maggie in here. So, Maggie, I don't mean, like, How to Train Your Dragon Vikings. I mean, like, actual, tough, like, real Vikings.
Hiccup's a tough, real Viking.
Hiccup is not a tough real Viking. I love him to death, but he is. I guess me and Maggie are fighting again. That's per usual. You guys know this. You've seen it on both my show and her show several times. Anyways, so we're just going to go right into it. I'd like to say all information on this segment was found on history.com. Guys, it's important to cite your sources. I've started doing that. I think episode 2 or 3 I started doing that. It's important, so we're doing that now. Cool. So the Vikings, believe it or not, weren't necessarily like a race of people, and there's really no way to measure like Vikingness. So we love that. Like there's no way to be like, oh yes, you are Viking. No, that's not how that works. Anyway, most Vikings lived in areas like Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and a few others. But there aren't really that many Vikings like records in that area, so we're just not gonna go over those. But what set the Vikings apart from like the Europeans, where they kind of lived hand in hand with the Europeans, which you'll hear a little bit about later, is that they were not Christian. So just that really, really set them apart. And they were from foreign lands and weren't really considered civilized people. They were a very, very tough group of people who were kind of known for their raiding, which, guys, newsflash, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. But they wanted to come and start a new life. People believe that it was due to overpopulation in their home territories and stuff. Others believe that they came for riches, because at the time Europe was growing richer and richer due to their new sailing technology and trade routes. And since the Vikings settled near the Europeans, they would trade with them and learn some skills. That's important. Anyway, now the Vikings were really, really known for their raids, like I mentioned earlier. The first record of a Viking raid was recorded in 793 AD. It was an attack on the Lindisfarne Ministry off the coast of Northumberland. And unlike other raids, the Vikings had zero respect for other religions, thus labeling them as uncivilized. The monasteries seemed to be the target most of the time because they were unguarded. Okay, and there would be no one there for a while. So obviously if there's no one guarding it, there's not going to be much trouble raiding it. So Viking raids continued for several decades. They turned into hit and run attacks rather than attack and settle, which was how they originally started. The raids themselves remained on the coast of the British Islands, mostly Ireland. And eventually after the death of I think it's Louis. I might be saying that wrong. Louis, the Emperor of Francia, the modern time modern time of France and Germany. His predecessor Luther was in support of the Viking fleet, and due to this, the Vikings eventually thought of a plan and made a deal with Luther that as long as they would get paid monthly, they wouldn't attack. It's hey, you pay me, I'm not going to attack you. So we love that. So the raids and conquest did continue, just not in that specific area. And the Vikings lived mostly in isolation, minus the trade that they would do. So when they found a good forever place, they would set up things like farms, bring animals over, hunt, fish, and make new inventions. But contrary to other civilizations, rather than the men taking charge of the farming and hunting, it was a whole family thing. The men, women, and children would all share the jobs they did, but there were slaves, kind of, in a way. People who were considered free Vikings were allowed to carry weapons and go to certain areas in the villages, while an unfree person couldn't carry weapons and basically had no human rights. This was their social system. You were either free or unfree. No middle ground, just that. So something that I found is that the Vikings were governed by local assemblies rather than huge leaders. And guys, when I say this, I'm not joking. These assemblies were called things. Why they were called things, I don't know. Maybe that's where the word thing came from. I don't know. But the things talked about politics, trade agreements, and made new laws and punishments. But since the unfree Vikings couldn't do anything, of course they couldn't go to these either. So only the free Vikings could vote on what happened. They could talk about stuff like that, which, okay, guys, I'm going back to How to Train Your Dragon again. I'm so sorry, but it's How to Train Your Dragon, okay? It goes hand in hand with Vikings, my opinion. So if you can see in actually, I think it's second and third movie, they're all surrounded by like this big like pit of like fire type thing, and they're all kind of talking about what's about to happen. That would be like the thing. That's technically the thing, is like the fire pit, from my understanding. Now the Viking language, as I talked about before, like with other civilizations, they had hieroglyphics and stuff like that. Well, the Vikings had runes. And honestly, I think the runes are beautiful. It is an amazing way of writing. Like, it looks amazing. So that is fantastic. And of course, I have to mention How to Train Your Dragon again. But you know, I know Jennings. I know. But listen. Listen, this makes sense because in How to Train Your Dragon, they had runes like in the book of dragons, and those runes are actually historically accurate to how like the Vikings rose. Like that's accurate. It's accurate, okay? I know. How like the Vikings in How to Train Your Dragon, you know how they wrote in like the book? Yeah. Those are like actual runes that they use. Like that wasn't like a fake like made up language for the movie. It was like actual like historical runes that they used, which I think is really cool. I kind of want to learn how to write in runes. Like, I think that'd be cool. That'd be some cool, like, you can do some artistic stuff with that. Love the detail. Runes are pretty. So, guys, we're going to be going to our, technically, first song, and it is actually about Vikings, and this song was a little popular on TikTok for a little bit. So here is Song of the Vikings, My Mother Told Me. What was happening? What did Yeah. Yes. Yeah. What happened? I'm so.
Jennings said something funny.
What did you say?
You were describing the Vikings and where all the Vikings are from.
Yeah.
And when you described it, where did you say?
I don't know.
Big summer blow up.
Yeah, it was like Denmark, Norway, Sweden.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh no.
And I looked at them and I said, all I'm thinking about is a big old Viking guy and a big summer blowout.
I'm coming back with that. That's too good.
Well, the last part was I found Oreos in the bag and I was like, woohoo, score. Then I bit one and I don't think it's a score. I've been bamboozled. It just didn't taste right.
Maybe it was just like that one.
It's possible. We're gonna try to get it.
We'll find out.
Second time's a charm. I mean, hey.
That wasn't like a fake, like made up.
Are they
Not a score.
are they off-brand Oreos or are they on-brand?
My guess is I think
To the original Oreos, they're Hydrox.
30 seconds. What?
To come back with this. Well, first off, that song I know is a little crazy, but it does go with Vikings, so we went with it.
It's a wonderful song.
Thank you. So, okay, during I was telling y'all that story, I had a little country accent just then. Anyways, we don't talk about that. So they were all laughing. Everyone in here with me was like dying laughing. Turns out, Jennings had decided to write down on a piece of paper, like that when I was talking about the Denmark and like the Vikings, all he could think about was that guy from Frozen being like, big summer blowout, and he was imagining he was imagining a big Viking doing that. So I had to come, yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. Anyways, I had to come back with that. So guys, we're talking about we talked about Norse like that in the Vikings. Well, that's next week. Jake will be joining me and talking about a little bit of Norse mythology.
Let's go.
I know, but today we're going to be talking about Greek mythology, specifically like the Minotaur and like Percy Jackson, which you're gonna tie into the Percy Jackson part.
Oh, of course.
I have the
literally
story of the
already have-
Minotaur.
I literally have lines planned for that. I was gonna make the comparison, but wow, you beat me to it.
Oh, I'm so glad you do, because what I found is like more stuff about like the Minotaur than like the Percy Jackson stuff. Maggie's giving me a weird look. I'm used to weird looks from Maggie by now, so we're just gonna get started with
Wait,
the
wait,
segment.
are you
Minotaur?
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Minotaur? Yeah, Minotaur.
Did I say Minotaur?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, either way.
I
it's-
use it.
It's Minotaur.
Minotaurs.
Is there Minotaurs? Minotaurs? I don't know.
Minotauri? I don't know.
Minotaurs? Like the hit game Atari?
Worked back in the
Well, I can tell you that the Minotaur, however you pronounce it, was way, way, way before the 80s. I can tell you that at least. So okay, 1980. Anyways, guys, so what I've learned is that the Minotaur coming into existence was a little weird. I'm not going to exactly get into too much detail of that because you guys can look it up.
It's not school appropriate.
No, not really.
Uh,
The Minotaur, like, yeah, coming into existence, Jennings.
half human, half bull.
Yes. You're making a mess with the Oreo. So, what I can tell you, though, is, like, a little bit of the story. I'm not going to tell, like, the whole story. You'll kind of, like, understand what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Yeah, this is why I bring him on here, guys, because he knows. I don't know how he knows, but he knows. He knows things. It's scary.
My brain only has capacity for mythologies, and that's it. Ask me anything about AP Pre-Calc, I'm, just getting by.
Ask me anything.
1 + 1 = 2.
Ask me anything that isn't basic math. No. Yeah.
What is the square root of pi?
That is mean. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the Minotaur. You talk about math. You do whatever.
Go from a Minotaur to math.
They both start with an M,
yeah,
Jennings. It
yeah.
counts.
Mm-hmm. Don't question me. I went from Vikings to How to Train Your Dragon, although that makes more sense. But
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah. So, guys, what I can tell you about the Minotaur coming to existence is that the bull was not like the salad bowl, like bull, like horns.
animal.
Horns and says moo. Wait, do they say moo? I think they say moo. I don't really know.
They go moo.
Yeah, they go moo. So it was, in fact, a white bull that was sent to King, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, like Minos.
Minos, yeah.
Yay!
And guess who? It was everybody's favorite bad boy, Zeus.
I found that it was sent by Poseidon.
What? Oh my god, do we have conflicting sources?
Do we?
Oh my god, am I remembering wrong?
Are you? I use like mythology.com for this. Anyways.
Oh my god, I'm remembering wrong.
I was I
No!
guys?
I'm gonna get kicked
I
off the
was right.
show!
Guys, I was right. Guys,
Oh my
clip that.
gosh.
Chat, clip that.
This is gonna turn into a Jennings situation while I'm gonna have to apologize, every other day for being wrong. I'm sorry, Jennings. I'm sorry, Jennings.
So the bull, right? It was given as a gift, supposed to be like sacrificed, but Minos decided that he loved its white fur so much that it was so pretty that he was gonna keep it as like a pet. Well, Poseidon saw that the bull was still alive, and as most gods end up, was immediately filled with rage. We know that happens a lot. So he decided to have Aphrodite, the goddess of love, curse him into falling in love with the bull. Minotaur later on came into existence, and King Minos' daughter. Do you know how to pronounce the name? Do you know the
Quick
name?
correction. Actually, no,
Yeah.
technically, kind of.
He
He didn't curse Minos exactly. Well, that wasn't what gave birth to the Minotaur. He cursed Minos' wife.
Really?
Yeah, that's how the Minotaur was made.
That makes sense. See, I found that it was him, but that makes. I was kind of confused. I was like, but
Yeah, his wife gave birth to the Minotaur.
Oh, that's awful, guys.
Very.
Guys, Greek mythology can get dark. I know. Anyway, so I heard that his daughter took care of the Minotaur. Is that true?
I don't know. Can we believe Jake now?
I don't know. Can we believe Jake?
Shush, Jennings.
Can we?
No. I thought the Minotaur is the child of Poseidon Bull and
Minos'
Pasiphae,
wife.
whatever Minos' wife was.
Yeah, that's probably how
Yeah.
you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that it was their daughter, but Well, yeah, that. But then like the daughters for some reason raised it. But what you're saying doesn't.
Oh yeah, it raised the Minotaur. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are correct.
And then as it grew, it like rapidly became more and more hostile. So Icarus and his dad constructed like a gigantic maze and a labyrinth in order to hold the Minotaur.
We love him.
We do. I didn't know how to pronounce it, so I knew you would.
Daedalus.
I love Icarus. I love like.
Oh, that's a fun story.
I love
I'm
the
lying.
story. I love
It's
it.
so not cool.
No, it's kind of sad.
It's actually very hot, in fact, in the fact that he went into the sun. Not actually, but you know, he died.
went too close to
He
the
went
sun.
too close to the sun.
That's what they always say. Don't fly too close to the sun. I don't know if y'all have heard that quote. You probably have. There's a couple songs on Icarus. I should have played one. Not thinking, but that's not going to be anything. Ignore that. Anyway, so the Minotaur was placed like in this little labyrinth, and every 7 years, 7 like kids essentially were taken from Athens and were like used to like feed him.
Feed the Minotaur! Throw them to the labyrinth!
You just feed the children to the no, that's evil.
Yeah, it was a whole like cultural thing where the
Yeah.
city would go into like a celebration until all of the, you know, the sacrifices essentially were dead, and Minos offered like this reward of, you know, whatever to slay the Minotaur, but really it was all an act. He just wanted to bring in more people to his city and party.
This makes me sad. Well, you know, some Greek mythology things genuinely make me sad.
Half of it is horrible, the other half is kind of funny.
I like the funny ones. I like the funny ones because like I'll be sitting there reading like Greek mythology. Like, guys, I did this a lot last summer because I was kind of lonely. So I would just sit there and read like Greek mythology, and I'd be like, it'd be like 4 a.m. I'm sitting there dying laughing. I've had my mother come to my room several times. Be like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, Greek mythology.
Old guys beating on each other with sticks.
Guys, if you want Greek mythology books, go to Barnes and Noble. That's where I got mine at. But yeah, and then what I found next is that how do you say it?
Theseus?
Yes, him. He was sent to like go kill the Minotaur, and he tore off one of his like the horns and used it to stab the monster.
Yeah,
Like,
actually,
pa, pa, pa.
that's what Percy Jackson does in the book. I found that to be actually a pretty
In the
cool
movie.
reference.
In the movie.
We don't talk about the
too.
movies.
We talk about the movie. I love the movies. But yeah, so there is, like Jake said, another depiction in where Percy Jackson killed it. And now, is that the same person? Is Theseus and Percy Jackson like the same guy?
What'd you just say? I want you to think about that.
I
This
don't
guy,
think so,
Is
but,
this
like-
is this guy in ancient times the same as this modern day teen? No.
No, but like
No, he's not.
like you know what I mean? Like it's like the story like of yeah.
Okay, so the mythos that Riordan has created is the fact that monsters can come back from the dead.
Mhm.
They reincarnate in Tartarus. So
I'm
is it the
learning
same
that.
Minotaur? Yeah, because it's the Minotaur.
Okay.
So yes.
So it's like okay, this
Same Minotaur, definitely different dude.
is yeah. Okay, that ooh. Guys, I'm learning a lot today already. Jennings is I don't know, laughing, coughing. He's doing something. He's dying over there. It's fine. It's okay.
He's choking on the Oreo dust. From the 30-year-old Oreos under the counter.
He just said, "Leave my Oreos alone."
Oh.
Aww. He's so sweet. So, like you said, there's other depictions where like Percy killed it, but that is at like the gates of Camp Half-Blood. But that is like, yeah, there's that version. There's the actual version. There's a variety of different versions. Jennings is making me laugh today, guys. But yeah, so Jake, you know anything else about?
Oh my gosh, yes, so much. The Minotaur's a really interesting story because a lot of people don't get the whole story of, oh, the Minotaur was bloodthirsty and whatnot. And that certainly is one depiction. But personally, I like the depiction more of the Minotaur as a victim. And he got aggressive and, you know, like bloodthirsty through getting put in the labyrinth and having, you know, these big, strong dudes trying to kill him every 7 years, right?
Yeah, I think I would get mad and hostile if I had 7 men trying to kill me every single, 7 years. I'd be pretty mad, too.
I would, too. It's a whole, defending yourself thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing, you don't want to, but you have to become that thing. Like you have to become mean to kind of
Exactly.
save
And
yourself.
I mean, I choose to believe that one because it makes more sense. He's
Yeah.
not going to learn to be like violent and whatnot and I mean, the bull wasn't even particularly violent. His, and the princess that raised him, obviously, she's not going to be violent. She's a royal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so. Oh, you haven't read the Percy Jackson books, have you?
I have not. I know.
Maggie's
I
gonna
know.
understand. Yeah, a
I'm
disgrace. Thank you,
sorry,
Maggie.
guys, listen.
Disgrace.
Listen, maybe over the summer I will.
Do it so you can see how much better they are than the movies. And you see the movies are garbage.
Okay, fine. And maybe Jennings let me come back on, even though I'll be in college one day, and I'll talk about that. Maybe he'll think about it. He'll think about it.
He'll
So
think
guys,
about it, okay.
it'll probably happen if I ask.
But
Anyways.
Maggie will appreciate this comparison, I hope.
I'm scared.
In Percy Jackson, the way that the magical yarn that is given to get through the labyrinth, because it's the fourth book, isn't it? Yes. Battle of the Labyrinth, yeah. Works is, of course, Jennings knows.
Of course he knows.
It works backwards from how it works in the myth. Theseus's, I don't remember exactly if the yarn was magical or if it was literally just a ball of yarn that was given to him.
Little ball of yarn.
In the myth.
Maggie started dying.
In the myth.
A ball of yarn. I swim British. Okay, moving
We've got
on.
a ball of yarn,
I've got a
yeah.
ball of yarn.
So he takes this ball of yarn into the labyrinth and he uses it.
Okay.
He sets the string down at the beginning so he can find his way out and get backwards out of the labyrinth because it's the labyrinth and shifts. It's a
Yeah.
big old maze.
It
But in
mo- it
Percy
moves?
Jackson,
Wait, it moves? Like the walls move?
yeah, because it's made by Daedalus, so it's meant to be inescapable
Oh.
unless you have the yarn.
See, I just thought it was
In-
really confusing to get out of.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
the royal family, Daedalus gave them the yarn to navigate the labyrinth,
Right.
to always find their way back to the beginning. It's some
That's cute.
magical gobbledygook that
Oh, we
like
love
lets
magic. We love
that
magical
lets them
gobbledygook. We love that.
right that lets them go back to the beginning without the labyrinth, shifting around too much around the line or whatever it is. And in the Percy Jackson book, it leads them. The ball of yarn, they literally set it down and watch it go as it goes to the center of the labyrinth to find Daedalus's workshop. So it works a little different because the plot, it's robotic or something. I don't know. It's a Daedalus invention. Who knows? Dude is nuts. I agree.
Oh,
I
is
agree.
it?
I think it goes the fourth, first, third, second. I wasn't a huge fan of Sea of Monsters. I liked all the bits, and I feel like the island with that they run into, not the Cyclops' island. Who was it? That tried to get them to stay there forever. The witch that turned the guys into pigs. Yeah, Maggie knows what I'm talking about. Yes, thank you. There's the witch that turned. Wait, was that actually part of?
I'm really
Theseus's
happy
myth?
that me and Bo are both looking really confused right now because I'm like, huh?
Sorry, I'm looking this up right now. I don't think it was a part of Theseus's myth. But yeah, there was this witch that was like, she was like, "Hey, look, you're weary travelers. Welcome to this random island in the middle of nowhere. Come in, and I definitely won't turn you into swine." And then she turned them into swine. So
of course, of course,
yeah,
that
yeah,
seems about
right?
right. It's Greek mythology. It goes off the rails, just like this show goes off the rails a little bit.
Oh yeah, rails gone. Not even here. We're on the pig witch, and we're supposed to be on the Minotaur.
Yeah, we went from Minotaur to talking in a British accent for a little bit, to me being uncultured, to Pig Witch.
Pig witch, yes, we're the pig witch.
We might
No.
have to talk about Pig Witch one day because I'm kind of.
It's a really short story. I'll cover the entire Odyssey, hopefully, if Jennings lends me a 30-minute slot to spew
Ooh.
my mythology.
I mean,
He's-
that would be pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool.
Jennings. That'd
I
be
get to
pretty,
have
pretty, pretty
whoever I want
swaggy.
on. Hopefully. I'll probably pull like Maggie on for a couple episodes because she'll know what I'm referencing. And if I bring Tristan on here, I'm gonna throw him and I'm gonna go.
She's trying to throw me under the bus by saying if I allow him. I've already told him yes.
You have?
You told him yes?
Last week when you asked me, or it might have been Monday.
Oh.
I don't know. When you asked me.
Sorry, I never intended to throw you under the bus, Jennings. I didn't know. Okay, well, I guess that's the thing now. So cool. I'll have to plan out my my first episode next week.
Yay.
And yes, and the name bow. Yes, yes, I know. We're getting there. I've been thinking about like puns on mythology, but
Ooh,
you know what?
that would
I
be
think I've
cool.
taken up enough of your time, Ashley. So I'm
You
gonna let
think
you.
so?
I think I have. We've gone so off the rails. I'm gonna
Hey,
let you.
we always go off the rails here. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. But I guess we'll go ahead and go to our next song in that case. So, the Minotaur, no matter what, did not live. He didn't live.
He did.
He's in every single one of them. He's dead. Well, the song kind of like contradicts that. Now, this one doesn't really go along with the segment too much, which is I know what I usually do. But I wanted to play this song because I like it a lot. I haven't heard it in a while. So here is "I Lived" by One Republic. All right, y'all. That was "I Lived" by One Republic. I like that song a lot. Like it's a really good song. Like I said, it didn't really go with the segment. Well, I guess a little bit, but it's still an amazing song. So now we're gonna go on to crazy conspiracies. I'm here joined with Maggie Vincent.
Hello.
My bestie boo. So
Bestie boo.
yeah, you heard me. Did I stutter? No.
Apparently we're 7.
Apparently
Oh,
we're
seven.
seven. Today is a day. Today is a day of accents, I guess, guys. It's Thursday. We just had an award show last night, which you're gonna be able to watch on YouTube. So you guys need to go check that out. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I liked it. I had fun. But now, crazy conspiracies. Today we're gonna be talking about Mount Rushmore. Now, Maggie, have you ever seen Mount Rushmore ever, like in person?
No, not in person, but
Would you
obviously
want to?
Yeah, that would be cool.
I think like
I don't know, cause it's
I
like,
wish I was on
it's
road
just
trip.
kind of like a cool like thing. Yeah, and the Eiffel Tower is just metal.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I'm adventurous to a point, I guess.
Yeah. If I was driving like
The Leaning Tower of Pisa?
No,
that'd be so cool.
no. I would
Oh,
not go
I
in the
like
Leaning
heights either.
Tower of Pisa
Why?
because I'm terrified of literally everything.
But you're closer
Aw.
to the ground.
'Cause it's leaning.
'Cause it's leaning.
Yeah.
Does not
Okay,
make
so it's underneath it than it is in it.
doesn't make me feel any better. Anyways, what about
Okay, so first
This-
off, I'd like to say that given the chance to go to Mount Rushmore, personally, I wouldn't. The only way I wouldn't like take a trip to see it. Like, only way that I would see it is if I was like going through the area and there was like, oh hey, Mount Rushmore's over there. Oh, let's go stop and let's go take some pictures.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't just be like, that's where I'm going. Like, that's my trip. That's where I'm going.
And
if
some
I was
people
in
would.
the area,
I think people who would are
I
crazy.
would go. But I wouldn't.
South Dakota, right?
Not you.
Wait, am I right though? Because I actually have no idea.
I go, South Dakota.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Half of this whole entire segment is from my head.
Which means that you're never going to go because why are you going to go to South? I mean, there's nothing
Road trip, taking a road trip, and you end up going through South Dakota for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know my geography.
Nothing there. There's nothing there.
I don't know.
What's around South Dakota?
That's why there's a big mountain faces there.
Mountains.
Sorry guys, I'm not good with geography.
Me either.
So bored they started.
So I would like to say they say
Oh
it's
my
just a
God.
rock, guys. It's not just a rock. Okay, that's what I'm here for. No.
It's
okay.
not just
a rock.
It's a boulder. It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
just a
But
boulder.
If you guys
It's a
know what we're quoting,
Comment, please. Comment that you're cool.
you know what we're quoting.
Jennings hurt himself. It's okay. It's fine. So, like I was saying, it is not just a rock or a boulder. There is a secret tunnel underneath Abraham Lincoln's head. I am not kidding, guys.
Like-
this part is actually factual, okay? This is not a conspiracy. This is true.
So then, okay,
National treasure.
yes.
okay, then
And
I'm
that
gonna
was true,
raise my
National
hand
Treasure.
and ask a question.
Yes. Maggie
If
Vincent.
it's true, why is it in conspiracy theory?
I am getting to that part.
Okay,
I am
thank you.
getting to that part. because
Jennings called me smart.
I know. There is
That will be the first
this
time.
and
he'll
this
ever
one
do
there
that,
is
and the last.
fact. There's fact and there's fiction. I'm gonna start with the facts, then we'll get to the fiction.
Okay.
Stay with me, guys. Trust me, listeners. You will understand. If you guys have seen National Treasure, they had like the thing. They were there. That was the whole thing.
Wow, that was specific.
Thank you. I know.
Great facts.
I know. But here's a fact. There is 800 step staircase that leads to a secret room called the Hall of Records. That is a true thing. There is literally a Hall of Records. That's a great question, Jake. Inside the Hall of Records, it's like a national memorial. It contains historical documents, busts of famous Americans, a list of U.S. contributions to science, industry, and the arts. The documentation can include the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, some guy's biography. I don't really know. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but
You said there's busts of famous Americans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Famous heads.
Yeah.
Famous
Yes, there is famous heads behind the big famous head. I know. Yes, Maggie. Yes, Maggie.
Yeah. Carry on.
Okay, I'll carry on. So here is like the whole purpose of this thing. The whole maybe that's where Fort Knox went, says Dash Jennings. I know. So basically, that is true. But here's where it gets like the fiction part of it, of the whole.
Conspiracy.
Yes.
It's not fiction. If it's a conspiracy, it could be true. It might
Yeah.
Well,
if you're crazy.
the conspiracy part is that they believe that so the Hall of Records used to be open to the public to go visit, but that closed due to security concerns.
Because you can't trust people.
You can't security concerns and privacy problems. Okay. What people believe is that there's actually like government secrets in there. So like secrets about like different presidents, secrets about Area 51.
How Hawaii is just a big old missile silo.
Yes. Yes, Jake. Why Hawaii is Hawaii. And a bunch of stuff like that. So people believe that there's government secrets hidden in there, but people also believe there's aliens. And yeah.
Okay, why is it always
Yes,
is
they
it
think, like,
always
little tiny alien
aliens?
creatures. People
I don't get it.
Yeah, I found that people thought that there
And
was elves behind there
also-
too. So I don't
like elves like Santa?
no,
elves
like
or, like,
elves like
elves, like-
Ireland elf things.
That's what I keep the this monster.
You live Nessie alone.
You leave Nessie alone. Dash Richard Jennings. I'd like to quote that. Anywho, someone quote that, please. Anyway, other people
You
believe.
just did.
I am aware. Other people believe that there are genetic experiments happening behind there. People believe they set up a secret lab behind Lincoln's head, and they moved all the historical documents out. So that's what. Yeah. Far fetched.
But if you move all the documents out, is it still the Hall of Records?
No, it would not be
Yeah.
the Hall of Records. It would be yeah.
Genetic experiments.
Because, like, they think that they're experimenting on, like, different
You know
animal
what I don't
DNA and
get?
stuff.
Why is it called the hall when it's a room?
Because you have to go through a hall to get to it.
But that's not the hall that holds the records.
But it's,
It's
not,
not the hall
the
that
hall
holds the
doesn't hold the records. The room holds the records. So why isn't the
I don't know.
so why isn't it the
What
room
can
of
I
records? Why is
say?
it the hall of records?
'Cause
Because if
the-
I'm walking through the hall, there ain't
the
gonna
room,
be nothing
the
in
room
that
of
hall.
records sounds dumb.
hates alliteration. That's why.
Well,
We're
if
not
I were
smart.
walking, if I visited the hall of records and I was walking through a hall and there was nothing in the hall, I would be disappointed.
Okay,
And
so,
I got into a room and that's where all the records were.
so is, like, the Hall of Fame, like, an actual hallway? Or is it a room?
Is it the hall of
Because I actually don't know. This is
I'm-
like a genuine
I'm
question.
looking it up.
No.
I'm looking it up.
I'm still stuck on the head behind the head.
Head behind the head.
Duh. It's a
Is
thing.
the- I got it.
The Hall of Fame is an actual hall.
Ha! See?
Hall of Fame?
Okay.
The Hall of Fame?
Right? That's what we're talking about?
Yeah.
What
Yeah, Hall of
Okay.
Fame.
Is it, so it's an actual...
There's
is it
multiple. There's multiple.
There's
any
baseball
of
Hall
them. Any Hall of Fame.
The Basketball Hall of Fame is at least a hall. I'll
I
tell
just
you
wanted to know if it was, like, an actual hall or not. Because,
Yeah.
Hall of Records is...
that. The
Room of
The
Records.
football Hall of Fame is a big old circle. That's not a hall.
So not...
See,
not
that
all,
makes me mad. to be
Not all
honest with you.
halls are actually halls.
This is true.
Boom.
Or maybe.
That doesn't make sense in my
all
brain.
halls are
I
halls,
know.
But things are misnamed to be halls.
No.
Yes.
I'm confused.
Halls are halls, but misnamed.
I'm
to be halls.
confuzzled.
Something that Mr. Harloff was like,
My brain is
scared.
hurting, guys.
there's a WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Is that a hallway?
That is nothing. It doesn't exist. It's not a physical room.
Oh?
It's just
A thing.
records.
The Hall
That's
of
where it's at.
Records.
It's in the Hall of Records.
That's a conspiracy.
Guys,
Guys.
my brain hurts.
Lincoln's head. Let's go.
It's all Lincoln.
Uh,
It's all Lincoln.
He was big enough to be a wrestler. I could see that.
President Abraham Lincoln, a wrestler.
He's about the size of me.
Wasn't he skinny? Like really skinny? Like,
You calling me fat?
I'm not calling you fat, James. Like, wasn't like any depiction I've seen of Lincoln, he's like a twig.
Well,
Abraham Lincoln, a wrestler. I thought he was like a twig.
Wrestling champion at the age of 21.
They.
Proving once again, James is right.
I need to look up my history, guys. I know this is histories and mysteries, but I need to look up. I need to.
guys, I
I'm
didn't have a
busy.
headache before this.
Oh,
I have a
do you
headache
now?
now.
Oh,
Wow.
Sucks when she has to think.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't turn my switch on today, okay? I didn't. Yes, air high five, Jake. I didn't. Yeah.
I did. Her switch isn't on today. Well, Maggie, you can turn your switch on during this next song. It is called Mountain Song by Of Monsters and Man.
Three.
Yo, yo, yo. That was
No way did you
Why
just
get
start
back
like
with
that. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. We back with Histories and Mysteries. That was Mountain Song by Of Monsters and Man. We got Jake back here. He's going to give us some more
Literally,
information about Hall of Records.
Oh, no, 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 no. I really need to go home now.
I did find the blueprints for the Hall of Records.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have them right here. I have the concept and the actual blueprints.
What?
The Hall of Records, first off, the entrance to the Hall of Records, the hall to the Hall of Records, or the hall to the room of records. It's not a hall, it's a room.
Ouch.
Looks like
You and me both, Jennings. My head is.
it's from all this.
Oh my
Hurting.
gosh.
I'm almost done, I promise.
Uh,
It's like a room of records. It's incredibly scary. It's like you're walking into like a pyramid.
It's like
I
you
told
gave me
you.
whiplash. I told
And
you.
the actual room of records, like, it's scary and dark, and I don't like it. And there's a bunch of books in there, and it's really boring. And yep, that's all for me. Cool.
The books are actually secret government secrets, and inside of the books, there's actually elves. Okay, glad we got that
You
out
guys
of
are
the
giving
way.
me whiplash. I don't know.
Okay, so why don't we just move on to the next segment so Maggie can stop having her little breakdown.
I'm fine. It's fine. We're good.
All right.
Yo, 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 we're cool over here.
Well, now I have it clipped for both of them.
So I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, and during this, I want you to guess, like, audience. No, and no one in this room can guess because I already said it. So anyway, but I want you guys to guess who I'm talking about. So by the end of it, so let's get started. Ollie and Jack gave birth to their son in October 29th, 1942. Jack's son gained a love of wildlife and nature from his wife, Ollie. This helped shape literally the rest of his life. As a child, he would care for injured animals such as armadillos, snakes, alligators, yes, alligators, and squirrels. His mother taught him how to care for these animals and how to kind of help if they were injured and stuff, which I thought was really cute. Like, mother helping son, adorable. But the son was raised in Orlando, Florida, and once he completed just a single year of high school, like freshman year, he decided to enlist in the Air Force. How you can do that so early, I don't know. But he served as a medical records technician and eventually rose the ranks to a master sergeant and became the first sergeant of the Elson Air Force based in Alaska. I might have pronounced that wrong, so if I did, I'm sorry. But during his time in the Air Force, they had several morale-boosting art classes. So I think that was cool. Like, I didn't really have that. Like, hey, art classes, we're going to, teach you guys how to do art. Kind of calm y'all down a little bit. But this actually sparked his love of art. He started to attend several of these art classes regularly in order to learn as much as he could. He decided to work as a part-time bartender for a little while in the air base and doing the classes. But while working one night on the TV, there was the TV show was The Magic of Oil Painting. And instead of working, he kind of was so captivated by the show that he ended up sitting down and watching it, which made his manager pretty angry. But he retired in the Air Force in 1981 and returned to Florida and studied painting with Alexander, which later allowed him to join the Alexander Magic Art Supplies Company. He became a tutor and a traveling salesman. A woman named Annette Kowalski attended one of these classes and somehow convinced him that he could do even better just on his own and not with the Magic Art Supplies Company. So he ended up becoming really good friends with her and her husband, Walt. And they ended up starting their own company. Annette and Walt, gave him the money for this. So they kind of saw this guy and was like, we think you have more potential than you think you do. We're going to give you money. You're going to start your own company. That's cool. I thought that was really cool. And while making the logo for his own company, he decided to integrate his famously permed hair. By 1983, PBS station WIPB got him to go to Muncie, Indiana, due to the fact that they promised him a studio where he could have his own creative freedom, and they also supplied him with the paints and paintbrushes, so he didn't even have to use his own. They were already there, and they were good quality too. So he ended up moving back to Florida yet again after living in Muncie for a little bit, from what I found. But every 3 months, he would travel to Muncie in order to film a show there. His shows became more and more famous. His painting techniques, calm way of speaking, and even his personality attracted the attention of millions. The legacy of Bob Ross and his happy little trees will forever be ingrained in history. And now you know the forgotten story of Bob Ross.
You know what's funny about art?
What?
Is that it either calms you or it stresses you out.
I like watching Bob Ross. I've watched him a couple times.
When you started off that story, you were like, oh, he's taking care of alligators. I thought you were going with Steve Irwin. Okay.
Hey, I like doing some things to throw you guys off sometimes. It's fun. It's fun for me, at least.
Please tell me next week you're going to have the story of the conspiracy theory with Bob Ross.
Shh. Guys. Tune in next week for that, because that was the whole plan. I wanted to do the Bob Ross Forgotten Story 2 shows ago, but I kept running out of time because of Criminal Chronicles. Hence the reason why I cut that from the show today. I know you guys miss it, but you know. Make way for Bob Ross. Yes, Maggie.
Nevin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go into the song?
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, Bob Ross is known for his happy little trees. So this song is going to be Trees by Matt Hemming.
So we're going to run out of time if you don't say bye.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
So that was Trees by Matt Hemming. And I don't have much time, but can we just talk about how calming Bob Ross painting videos are? I find them calming. I've used them for like background noise while studying for stuff. And I've done it while making shows before. Like I think when I was writing the script for my first show, I was actually watching that. I'm weird. I know. But that is all the time we have for today, guys. I think Maggie's gonna be going live tomorrow with a real melody. So you're gonna wanna tune in for that. Are you?
Yes.
So
Doing Newsies.
Ooh.
Both the live and the original and the Broadway.
Cute. So you guys are
Original's
gonna
better.
wanna tune in for that tomorrow. But this has been Histories and Mysteries, episode 4 with Ashley Billingsley. So I'm signing out for the day. Have an amazing day, everyone. Bye.